everybody, thanks for joining us again today. We're here to show you another one of our meal kits and how to assemble it. Today we're going to work on our make at home pizza kit. Got the little kit there for you to see that everything's inside that box for you to have some fun with your family, do something exciting. We really love to use our semolina dough for our pizza parties that we throw. We do a lot of those for late night parties and after parties for wedding parties, so this dough gets a lot of exposure that way. And then we also use it for our stromboli and our tomato bread that you might see in the bakery, usually a Saturday morning. And then we always top it with our herbs to three oaks. So that's kind of our favorite combination. So we've made up the kit with the herbs to three oaks, our homemade tomato sauce, cheese blend that we like to use is mozzarella provolone, and pepperoni. So fun for everybody, and we hope you'll enjoy the video. So we're going to show you how to take all those ingredients and put it together and make some pizzas. So probably everybody knows you can make one big round pizza, but you know what, when you're at home with your family, which we kind of all are now, right? Thought it might be fun to cut the dough up and make 4 individual pizzas. So we're going to want to take a little bit of a flour and dust the board or your countertop, whatever you have to work on. And this dough, on the instructions I put to get it out at least 2 hours ahead, we've already let it rise once. So it just really needs to come to room temperature, which really makes it just easier to work with. Otherwise it's kind of stiff. So I try to get it out of the bag gently, as you can see, because if I start working the dough, it's going to get tough. So I'm going to take my handy dandy pizza wheel. My son actually makes these incredible wood pieces that we have here. So if you don't have one of these, you can use a spatula. We have a great big spatula, but it works just great as a dough cutter, as you can see. And now I have 4 little individual pizzas ready to have some fun with. So everybody in the family can gather around the dining room table. That works really great. In my house, my dining room table is very well used for cookie cutting and all kinds of cooking things. When my son was really little, he really joined me a lot then. So the dining room table has some scars, but they're all really great memories too. So hope you have a place that you guys can gather around in your kitchen or your dining room and do this with your family. So it's super easy and fun. So I'm gonna just kind of roll these into a circle a little bit to get the shape, but they certainly don't have to be round. Pizzas can be any shape. So I'm gonna just, again, dust these with a little flour so I'm not sticking to it. And then I'm gonna take this rolling pin. This is a good old-fashioned one. It's got some wear and tear on it for sure. And again, just keep flipping them. Don't want to stick to it. And you can see it wants to pull back on me. So I'm just gonna let that guy sit there. I'm gonna go on to the next one. So if you got your kiddos helping you at home, what you want to tell them is don't overwork the dough. In other words, be kind of gentle. You can just use your fingers too, as you can see here. So that if you don't all have a rolling pin, obviously we probably don't have 4 rolling pins at home. So we want to just do this with our hands, press them out, and then I can squish it with the heel of my hand. What you don't want to do is start folding it and pressing it, because then you're kneading the dough and then it's going to get tough on you and not want to cooperate. So I'm going to actually give it a little stretch. And again, don't feel like it's got to be round. It can be any shape. And you can roll it as thin as you want. If you want it to be super thin, you just keep going. I rolled these last night for my family just to try this out. Make sure I'm not giving you any false information or anything. And I ended up having to use 2 cookie sheets because I got them so big. So it took a little bit of work. And again, if you get frustrated with how, see, stuff like that happens. You know, well-used rolling pin. Walk away and just let the dough sit for 5 minutes and it'll relax. And then it's way easier to roll out. But you can see here, I'm just letting gravity help me just by pulling the edges. Keep going all the way around. And that's actually a pretty nice size there for an individual pizza. So you can see I actually had better luck with my hands than I did with a rolling pin. I can just squish it, turn it, squish it, turn it. I'll try one more time here. Like I said, that rolling pin has had quite a workout. My son was helping me last night, so we had, we tried to walk through these and test them out for real and say, well, what if I don't have a rolling pin? And we discovered that a bottle works just fine too. Actually, here's the spray release I'm going to put on the pan. You can see that works just fine too as a rolling pin. Sometimes you just got to improvise. There. So, as you can see, it's not round. Doesn't have to be round. As a matter of fact, we started making donuts across the street. Every time you re-roll dough, it gets tougher. So when we first started making the donuts and we had to re-roll all the scraps, the third donut out of the batch isn't the same as the first donut out of the batch because the dough gets tough. So after a couple weekends, I said, why are we re-rolling it? Why don't we just make square donuts? And that way there's no scrap to re-roll. And thus the giant square puffy donut was born. And then they're consistently delicious because nothing's getting re-rolled. So, a little dough secret for you. And a little giant puffy square donut secret for you. Not so secret anymore. All right, so as you can see, I have 4 little pizzas ready to decorate. So I'm gonna take these sheet pans here and I'm gonna spray them with our handy dandy rolling pin / spray release, like that. And in your kit you'll see some cornmeal. I'm gonna dust the sheet pan with a little cornmeal. This does a couple things. It's gonna give us a little crunch on the crust, but it also creates some distance. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but it's creating air distance between the pan and the dough so that it'll get a little bit crispier so the airflow can go through there. So I always like to use the cornmeal, or tomato bread always has the cornmeal on the bottom for that reason. There we go. So if you haven't let your dough rest a couple hours out of the refrigerator, at this point you'd want to let these sit for about 20 or 30 minutes. This one has been sitting here waiting on us very patiently, so it's pretty much ready to go. So we're gonna walk over here to the line and decorate them up with the toppings and get them in the oven. So I'll join you there in a minute. Hi everybody, we're back at it here with our little pizza kits. We've got our ovens and stuff here behind us, so we wanted to move in here closer to the oven. So what we're gonna do is get our pizza sauce out and our pepperonis. And actually, I try to do this in a couple steps, where I actually bake the dough with the sauce first, and then I bring it out and put the cheese and the pepperoni on it, just because I don't like my cheese and pepperoni to be overdone or super brown. So you can do, if you do the little mini pizzas like this, they cook a lot faster, 8 to 10 minutes, and you could totally put everything on it and be done in one step. But I prefer to have the sauce cook into the dough first. It kind of dries it up. It doesn't get too mushy, keeps the crust a little crispier. So we're just gonna, as you can see, put a little here, all the way around on our slightly irregularly shaped pizza doughs. It's all about the flavor, not about the shape. Get them all topped up here. So while I'm doing this kind of mindless work, I can tell you about some of our other kits that we've got assembled here for you guys. We tried to, make it easy for you guys to do some cooking at home with some restaurant quality food. So we've put together all kinds of kits in our cooler, in our grab and goes, ready for you to take home and do kind of this similar thing with a couple of them. Otherwise, we've got a lot of them that are just heat and serve restaurant food ready for you to serve your family at home. So I'm going to throw these in the oven for about 8 minutes. Kind of a boring time, so I'll see you back here in just a minute. Hey guys, welcome back. So that was 7 minutes in the oven. Just a blink to all of you, huh? Magic of TV. So you can see we've got the sauce kind of dried up. We're starting to get a little color on the edges of our dough. It's just perfect. At this point, actually, if you guys really like a super crispy crust, you could take these right off the pan use that big spatula again, or spatula if you got it at home, and just lift them off of here. You can see they don't want to stick because of that cornmeal in the spray, and put them right on the rack of your oven, and then you'll get a little bit crispier crust on the bottom. If you don't like it so crispy, just leave them where they are. Good to go. Get our cheese on here. You got a pretty healthy portion of cheese in your kit, so you can be generous. And then we've got our pepperonis. Same thing, we can be pretty generous here. Make sure that you have plenty to go around, and even a little for the cook. I know my boys love just to eat the pepperoni when I'm making pizza, so we can even have some fun here and make a face. That guy's winking. Here, we'll leave him. He's winking at you. How about that? So, you don't have to use just what's in the kit either, folks. If you like a veggie pizza, dig in your fridge a little bit. Maybe you've got some peppers and onions and things in there you can add on top. Be creative a little bit. I'm piling the pepperoni on this, as you can see. There we go. And back in the oven. And at this point, it's just going to be about 2 minutes. I've got the oven preheated to 375. It's a convection oven, so it does bake a little bit faster. If you don't have convection at home, go ahead and go 375, but you'll want to add a little bit of time to the instructions that we provided. So we'll wait just a few moments. Wow, these look awesome. Hope you got to see the rest of the video, guys. Otherwise, hit rewind, right? Super simple, fun to do with your family. We got 4 individual pan pizzas ready to go. The only thing left to do is add some spice. So I love chili flakes, so we've provided a little chili flake in your kits. This one's mine. Extra pepperoni, extra spicy. And then our herbs to 3 oaks, which you might have seen me mention in our salmon video for the salmon kit. Really yummy stuff here. Everybody can do their own. That one's mine. So then we're gonna just get it off this tray. I'm gonna just use this. Think about a spatula there. Simple. Give it a cut. Well, not quite. No muss, no fuss. That was a lot of fun. Hope you guys can get down here and join us. We're open on Friday and Saturday, everybody. Just limited hours so we can get you guys set up with some meal kits at home. This is a really fun one to do with your family. Got a little side salad we put together there in the case, but you'll find everything back in our deli. Some of them, like I say, are for some fun for you to have with your family at home and do. Other ones are just simple. Put them in the oven, warm them up, and have a beautiful dinner with your family. So hope you're all well. Hope we'll see you before too long, but while we can't all get out and run around to the restaurants, hope we can stop in and we can make your lives a little easier with some meal kits. So see you soon. Thank you.